Okay, I know Shannon just did a sermon about this guy not too long ago, but I want you to hear how I think we can get a devotional out of this as well. This man, for a living, plays with these, and we, for our lives, play with sin. And see how he thinks he can get close and back up quick enough? That's what we do with sin also. So I want you to be thinking about that as you watch this guy for just a minute, because kissing cobras, that's dangerous. See right there where he's pointing to his mouth? That's because that's where a cobra bit him. See his leg where he lost muscle when another cobra bit him? See there? He says, a king cobra bit me 3 times there. And he's kind of bragging about it, right? Kind of like us. I got by with sin and it didn't kill me. But that's what God is saying. You have to be cautious. You have to be dangerous, because anytime you play with sin, you don't just play with one. You start playing with another and another until it gets more and more dangerous. Which is more dangerous, 1 in the ring or 2? Which is more dangerous in your life, 1 sin or more? But we think because we got by with it once, we can get by with it again. That's what happened in the garden. Even if you're a professional, there's a cost. Like those months he spent in the hospital, saying after 3 months, it was still too painful to get off of morphine. He's showing you there at the back that this cobra can't spit at him. See that 0 in the back? King cobras don't have that, but they can also spit. He also plays with one of those and another adder. And he does it because that's how he makes a living for his family. Sometimes that's what we do too. We say, I do this because this is how I provide for my family. And it may be wrong, but God, how can you blame me for this? See, you can't touch it and remain holy. Just like the guy that is in this ring. Now, he is doing this for all good and godly reasons, I am sure. But do you see how we can play with sin and it can still hurt us? That's the first thing I want you to notice. He's taught Cassandra how to be safe, even among snakes. That's what God told us. You will be safe even among poisonous snakes. This is us in the world. He has told her what my parents told me. If you will just sit still, you can scream loudly for help. Which I used to think my parents told me where I grew up, where there were lots of snakes, because they were afraid I couldn't handle them. But I found out that's the right thing to do. So now, after watching her do this successfully, they bring in another young man to see how he will handle it. Now, here's what happens if we don't do what Jesus says. Just don't touch, don't move toward it, don't move away from it. Don't ever try to do anything else. Just let sin do what sin is going to do, and you stay away. But notice how he can't help but move. It's almost like he wants to pet it. That's what we do with sin. I'm going to bring you back with this final thing with the monkeys. See, I promised there'd be monkeys. We were warned more about monkeys than snakes before we went to Thailand because they're more dangerous. And you can see a little bit of that right here. God has warnings for you for everything you need to not touch. You don't have to be afraid. Remember these lessons as you think about what God is calling you to do.